Hello, my friends. I am super excited to bring a superstar. Dani is my good friend, and she is an organizer, one of those people that we all need in our life and in our home. So, Dani, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So, tell us. I am so excited, and I'm so curious to know about your business. So, tell us what you do.
Okay. So I call myself a personal productivity coach and pro organizer. And basically, I focus more on organizing people's time, their tasks, and their priorities. So you may have heard about professional organizers who come into your home. Well, I do everything virtually. So it's 100% virtual. I work with people on helping declutter and edit their schedules. I help with people doing personal project planning, organizing their lives to help them really just decrease some of that stress and overcome that overwhelming feeling of having too much to do. But what I really emphasize is that productivity doesn't necessarily mean doing more, especially in our personal lives. It could mean doing a lot less, and that's okay. So I try to coach people, and I really do take a coaching approach to what I do because that's what my background is in. So I call myself a coach, but I also do a little bit of consulting, and so it's a little bit of a combination of both.
So then what you do doesn't necessarily have to do with homes. It has to do more of a whole person.
Correct. Yes. And I very much focus on people's core values and also what their productivity and organizing goals are for their life. And it's all about how you want to spend your personal time and putting value to that and understanding why we're spending the time we're spending doing the things we're doing.
So I know in my own personal life, I am doing a lot of stuff. My calendar is always full, and I'm running from one thing to another, jumping from thing to thing. And so, is that what your role is, to basically come into the life of somebody who is super busy and doing a lot of stuff, and help them, ground them, and make them figure out what's the best way to run their life and run the life successfully?
Yeah, more efficiently, more effectively. And I think also it's a matter of empowering you, the client, to understand what it is you need in your life and what you don't. Because as we figure that out, we can start to edit some things out of our schedules. And we can also focus on the things that really matter to us. I think also on top of it, it's a matter of understanding where your time is going and how you're using it. And I really enjoy working alongside people it's a journey, to understand all of this. And I consider myself more of an accountability partner. So it's not my decision about what you do and don't do. It's your decision. And I'd like to empower you to make those decisions. But I want to help you. I want to help you along the way. And I think a lot of times people just need to talk through things a little bit. And that's a wonderful thing. And it's a wonderful journey to be a part of. So and I think that the caveat to this is once you figure out what it is that needs to get done, you have the time to do the things you really want to do and the things that you're passionate about. So it leaves that time available to really focus on you as a person.
So you could say that you're a productivity coach.
Yep.
Am I right if I call you that you're a productivity coach?
That's what I call myself. Yep.
I wanted to explore your website so that we can get to know you a little bit better. Can I do that?
For sure. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna show your website so that you can tell us a little bit about about what we can work on. So okay, so it's all yours. Tell us more about this.
Okay, so basically, I think I mentioned, but I have 100% virtual services. So all of what I do is online via Zoom or over the phone. I offer people a quick 30-minute free introductory call, and basically, I want to hear about what your goals are, but I can also help you figure that out. And my 3 big buckets, I call them, are time, priorities, and tasks. And I think they all tie in together, but oftentimes people really need to learn or understand where their time is going. So time mapping is really important to me, understanding where you're using time. Prioritization is something that we can all figure out better, and oftentimes that ties into how we organize our time and tasks. And with the tasks, I feel like I just wrote about this in my last blog post, but we have so many things going on, but it's really hard to break down some of our tasks. And so making lists is one way, and coming up with smaller items, smaller actions, and really breaking down things into manageable pieces is something I'm really big on. And I think what Roxanne is showing you now is my most recent blog, and the art of list making, which is something I get a little more into, and also about how I use my lists and my calendar as a way to keep my life organized.
Right. Calendar is an important one, isn't it?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit more about what's on this blog.
Well, let's see. So I'm trying to at least put out a post a month. There's some tips, some things that I use in my own life, but to me, productivity is so personalized. It's so unique to each individual. So it's really about finding the systems and tools that work for each individual person. There's no one right or wrong way to be productive. And I think, like, in the workplace, we talk about productivity as, the output, but I think in our personal lives, we really have to figure out the value of our time and what we're working towards. And so my big question to everybody is, what does productivity mean to you?
Right.
So, and that is a big question.
So I also see on your website about Dani. Tell us a little bit about Dani.
All right. Well, let's see. I guess my journey started quite some time ago. I knew I wanted to start my own business at some point, and I knew I wanted to incorporate organizing into that because I'm just really passionate about organizing things. I love organizing spaces, but I also really enjoy working with people and helping them achieve their goals. And so how do I combine that? How do I incorporate organizing, achieving goals, being productive, and doing the things you love, right? So, this all started coming into my brain many, many years ago, but it really took me taking a hard look at what I really wanted. And probably the pandemic gave me a little kick, a little kickstart. And I said, I'm going to do this now. Now's the right time. I've been in social services for over 20 years, working with folks as an adult educator, as a coach, a mentor. And I just love working with people, but I've always used a very strengths-based approach to working with individuals. And I feel like everybody has the answers for themselves. We just have to ask some questions to get there. And so that's, I don't know. I think, feel free to ask me any questions you'd like, or if you have anything.
Well, actually, this is very interesting. Why I do this?
Well, I think, right now is a prime example of where maybe some of us are feeling a little more disorganized out of our routines. Things are ramping up. We're starting to get busier and busier. Yeah.
And we're starting to come out of our shells and starting to. I actually had lunch with two friends today, and one of them had his birthday, and they said that I was the very first person that they have had lunch with since COVID hit a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, people are starting to come out and meet face to face and do things, and that's very different than what we used to do for 12 months or more.
For sure. And I think one of the big things is when our routines change and our lives are transitioning, it's a lot. It's a lot to handle, and it's a lot to break down and kind of understand when we can say no, when we can have boundaries, when we can take time for ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Because I think part of this is maintaining our health and stability, and that, I hate to say the balance, but that's what it's all about. And I think, this is a prime time to start thinking about how we're going to move forward.
Right. Right. Exactly. So if folks out there are trying to get a hold of you, they can go to your website. Is there another direct way that they can approach you?
For sure. Yeah. You could email me directly at Dani@sidebyside.organizing.com.
Okay. All right. Very good.
I'm also, let's see, I'm on Instagram.
You're also on Instagram.
And I'm also on LinkedIn. Feel free to connect with me.
So, I'm just curious because I love all of those social media sites. But is there one that you get more business from than the other?
I'm not sure that social media is my direct link to business. I think it's more about getting my thought content out there and telling people who I am and what I do, and understanding what productivity means to them in their personal lives, and kind of getting that question out there. I'm more of a referral-based business.
I totally agree with you. My business is the same way. I feel like I need to be on social media just for people to know about me and trust me. But it's not directly the way that the business gets generated. It's the way for people to get to know you and like you and trust you, and then raise their hand and say, "Hey, I need you." Yeah. Right? Yeah. So I am really inspired by what you're doing, and thank you. These interviews, the biggest funnest part for me is that I have this thing about in my head about what the entrepreneur is doing, and then when we get to the interview, I find out that what's in my head and what you actually do are completely two different things.
It's a wonderful thing to have a conversation, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for giving us the opportunity to learn about your business. And I'm gonna take myself off for a minute. Let's see.
Thank you.
And but wait a minute, if I go away, I can't say what I have to say. So thank you so much for being here, and best of luck with your business. Let us know if there's anything that we can do to promote your business. And the audience, thank you so much for joining us today and saying hello to Dani and watching and learning about her business. And if you want to reach out to her, again, you can go to her website, or you can email her at her email address, or you can find her on Instagram, or you can find her on LinkedIn. And of course, if you want to get a hold of us, myself, you can always go to pemberleyrealty.com. We're always there and happy to be of service to you. Thank you, Dani, and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Roxanne.